Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Brooklyn Hine. Early this afternoon, an apartment fire in La Crosse. This video sent to News 8 shows the apartment fully engulfed in flames. Multiple departments were at the scene, including the La Crosse Fire Department and the Shelby Fire Department. The apartment building is located on Zeisler Street in La Crosse. Officials say there are no injuries, but a bystander did rescue a man from the building.
The whole end that you see behind me was on fire. And as I pulled up, as the first rigs pulled up, there were actually some students rescuing a resident out of the first floor. No terrible injuries, but they were able to thankfully pull up and save him.
The cause of the fire remains under investigation. After storms ripped through the area this week, multiple have been confirmed tornadoes. According to the National Weather Service, at least 10 tornadoes touched down this week in Wisconsin, including in Cream, Wisconsin. The tornado on Friday was rated an EF3 tornado with estimated winds of 140 miles per hour, leaving behind extensive damage. In Blair, Wisconsin, Friday's tornado rated an EF1 with estimated peak winds of 110 miles per hour. After that scary week of weather, we may get to catch a little bit of a break. Let's bring in meteorologist Nicole Skalicki. Nicole, what can we expect?
Yeah, we finally have a much needed quiet stretch of weather after the extremely active week that we had. We're barely over halfway through the month, and we've already seen the most amount of severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings combined for the area. And again, still have just under half the month to go. But it looks like we do have a quieter stretch ahead of us. Still goes without saying, it was a very active week. On Friday alone, we saw 5 tornadoes go through the area, starting over first in southeastern Minnesota, where the EF1 in green and an EF2 in yellow moved out of Olmsted County and shifted further north into Wabasha. Then as that system continued to pass over the river, we saw an EF3 put down in Buffalo County, just finishing up north of Montana and continuing still another EF1 further into Trempealeau County north of Blair, and yet another EF1 that started in Trempealeau and eventually moved into the far northwestern corner of Jackson County. So a very, very eventful week and Friday, but again, we do have a quiet stretch ahead of us. It's a little bit chilly though, and that chilly trend continues into tomorrow. So I'll have the details in a little bit.
Well, you caught me off guard with that. Less than half of the month left. So what a crazy.
It's going by fast.
Yes. Definitely. All right. Thanks, Nicole. On Friday, Westby High School students were helping residents clean up ahead of that storm. The school's Adventure Ed class started a community-wide cleanup after severe weather hit the area on Tuesday. Students made their way across town, helping elderly people clear debris from their yards. The school's physical ed teacher says they've received an overwhelming amount of community support.
Everybody has been saying like how awesome it is and to see kids doing something good and how much it warms their heart to see kids being involved in their community. So I would definitely say there is a large support, and it warms my heart to have these kids do something positive.
Schmidt says they're looking to involve more students and teachers to keep up with the demand. Volunteers at the La Crosse River Conservancy are also taking part in some spring cleaning today. Organizers say the nature preserve sits next to a busy business district and often collects trash along the trail.
The goal of today was to eliminate as much of that trash that has accumulated in the past year. We've probably had about a dozen full 55-gallon trash bags. And then also a lot of like scrap metal that had been left over from construction projects or stuff that was like partially buried in the ground.
Organizers say the goal is to help protect wildlife and migrating birds that use the area to raise their young. The controlled demolition of a remaining pier on the Lansing Bridge just took place earlier today. Crews are using underwater explosives to remove the concrete structure. For safety, the ferry landings on both sides of the river were closed, and the main navigation channel was also shut down for several hours. Today in La Crosse County, the National Republican Congressional Committee, along with Congressman Derek Van Orden, holding a grand opening for a new battle station office. The committee says, quote, the new NRCC battle station will serve as a hub of the grassroots team.
So everybody here in the 3rd Congressional District is excited. We're fired up. We understand that if we don't work right now, we're not going to have a country worth living in. All the folks that you see here will be working, burning up the shoe leather, making sure that they get out the word about what we've accomplished previously in Congress and what we're going to do in the future.
The battle station serves as the headquarters for Van Orden's team. Community members gathering at Holman Middle School for a community fundraising event honoring local veterans. The March to the Cross is organized by the Holman Knights of Columbus to benefit the Freedom Honor Flight. The Freedom Honor Flight takes veterans to Washington, D.C. to visit the memorials built in their honor. Participants at the event are all walking to honor a veteran.
Hand them a little flag, and if you look behind me, there's a cross, and then they present the flag to the cross, and they stick it into the ground. It's a way of honoring them, realizing how important our freedom is, how much effort that they put in. They sacrificed everything so that we could have the freedoms we have today.
Following the march, participants then socialized with a bags tournament and a basket raffle. The 61st Annual International Banquet is underway at UW La Crosse. The event is celebrating the cultures and connections international students, scholars, faculty, and community members bring to campus. Now it starts with a global citizenship showcase and is followed by a formal banquet.
We're a lot more alike than we are different, and we have a lot to share with each other from each culture. And so tonight really represents the value and importance of learning about cultures, embracing each other, and enjoying our time together.
The event also features performances from both students and staff members. A cannabis-themed event is returning to the La Crosse Center today. 420 on Front Street features a garden-themed experience with interactive activities, food, desserts, and a marketplace of THC products. Organizers say this year's event is designed to feel more immersive with experiences like sound baths, massage, tarot readings, and garden-themed games.
It's a celebration of cannabis and cannabis culture in Wisconsin, which doesn't have a program yet. So we're just here to celebrate not only the community and the people that support us all year, but the plant and all the products that it produces.
The event takes place in the South Hall Ballroom at the La Crosse Center. Still to come, the surprising growth of an old school media. We'll have more consumer news after the break.
The Spring Refresh event is happening now at Furniture, Decor & More. Refresh your home or create a whole new look and save up to 30% store-wide. Style, comfort, and big savings are waiting for you. Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Stop in today.
Hey, Dominic here, and we always get asked, what do you have for chicken? With over 40 blends at our outlet store, we recommend these 4: chicken, barbecue, Jamaican jerk, and good old original. Just take your chicken, brush some olive oil on it, shake on your choice of seasoning, and grill or bake thoroughly until done. From mild to a little spicy, you can make sure everyone's satisfied. And they're all low in sodium. Get these seasonings and more at the outlet store. And you can even sauce it up using barbecue seasoning and ketchup.
I'm standing here in the warehouse this morning where some 30 to 40 installers depart every morning. You've been thinking about new windows. I've been thinking about new windows for over 40 years. And my promise to you is that these fine installers that leave here every morning install the finest windows available in the market today, expert installation, always at a good value. If you're looking for new replacement windows, today would be a great day to reach out to the board store and set up a prompt free estimate.
The Spring Refresh event is happening now at Furniture, Decor & More. Refresh your home or create a whole new look and save up to 30% store-wide. Style, comfort, and big savings are waiting for you. Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Stop in today.
Iran has again closed the Strait of Hormuz to shipping in retaliation for a U.S. blockade of ports. Revolutionary Guard gunboats opened fire on at least 2 ships, causing damage but no injuries. CBS' Olivia Rinaldi has more from the White House.
By the end of the day, we're talking to them. And, we're taking a tough stand.
President Trump brushed off Iran's decision to again close the Strait of Hormuz as he signed an executive order at the White House.
They wanted to close up the strait again, as they've been doing for years. and they can't blackmail us.
The president was not open to questions after Iran opened fire on 2 India-flagged ships, damaging some containers.
Iranian gunboats fired upon 2 vessels today. President Macron said that.
Thank you very much, everyone.
سخنگوی قرارگاه مرکزی خاتم.
An Iranian state TV anchor read a statement from the regime Saturday, announcing the reclosure of the waterway after just 1 day, in retaliation for the continuing U.S. blockade of Iranian ships.
A temporary ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran expires on Wednesday. The war is now in its 8th week.
Pakistani mediators are trying to arrange more direct talks between the U.S. and Iran in Islamabad early next week. CBS News has learned that Vice President J.D. Vance could again lead the U.S. delegation. In southern Lebanon, a traffic jam formed as residents tried to return home on the second day of a ceasefire between Iranian-backed Hezbollah and Israel. This man says he wants to kiss the land, unsure if his home is still standing. Olivia Rinaldi, CBS News, the White House.
The U.S. has sent 23 ships back to Iran since launching its blockade of ports earlier this week. In this weekend's consumer headlines, reports say Spirit Airlines is at risk of going under, in part because of surging jet fuel costs. The budget airline filed for bankruptcy last year, but sources now tell CBS News they may be forced to liquidate as creditors question the airline's ability to repay debt and return to profitability, potentially stranding passengers if the low-cost airline dissolves. Prices at the pump continue to climb too. The national average for a gallon of regular is now around $4.15. Lululemon is facing a new investigation in Texas over whether its products contain potentially harmful forever chemicals and if the company misled consumers about their safety. PFAS are commonly used to make fabrics water and stain resistant, but have been linked to possible health risks, including cancers. Lululemon claims it phased out these chemicals from products 3 years ago. And it's National Record Store Day, celebrating record shops across the country as data shows a steady resurgence in the interest in vinyl. In 2025, sales of vinyl records grew for a 19th consecutive year, and studies show Gen Z is driving the revival, sometimes influenced by social media. Globally, Americans are buying almost half of all records, but streaming is still #1, representing 82% of U.S. music revenue. Still ahead on your weekend news, the severe weather system leaving destruction across the country.
And after our week of severe weather, we have a big change coming in the form of snowflakes. What you could possibly see going into the morning coming up right after the break.
Save the date for Spring Market in the Valley on Saturday, April 25th. Browse items from dozens of local vendors and enjoy concessions from area food trucks while you shop. All right down Central Avenue in Coon Valley. That's Spring Market in the Valley on April 25th in Coon Valley.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we see you out there, coming up with original ideas, and we support that, which is why when your project needs some elevation, we have what you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Right now, during our battery-powered tool sale, save $70 on this new Ego battery-powered mower, $70 off this new DeWalt trimmer and blower kit, and select Blaine's brand marine RV and lawn and garden batteries $5 off. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Shinedown returns. Dance Kid Dance, Act 2. Friday, August 21st, live at the Treasure Island Amphitheater with special guest Coheed and Cambria. Shinedown. Get tickets at TICasino.com. Shinedown Live.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers, so switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
The most important value of our law firm is our commitment to our clients.
When I walked away from my first meeting with Schwebel, Getz, and Sieben, I felt so special. I felt that I was going to be their #1 client, and that comfort that they gave me carried through my whole court case. I always felt that they were pushing for me, advocating for me. They never gave up.
You need an experienced attorney on your side. Schwebel, Getz, and Sieben. Call or visit schwebel.com.
Save the date for Spring Market in the Valley on Saturday, April 25th. Browse items from dozens of local vendors and enjoy concessions from area food trucks while you shop. All right down Central Avenue in Coon Valley. That's Spring Market in the Valley on April 25th in Coon Valley.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Wisconsin wasn't the only state to get hit by severe storms this week. Storms swept across the Midwest, including in Oklahoma. The severe weather system left a path of destruction. This footage from Ponca City, Oklahoma shows extreme damage. Reports say trees fell onto garages, boats flipped on the water, and docks collapsed. Well, we certainly saw intense and severe weather this week at home, but it sounds like we might get a little bit of a change. We'll hand it over to meteorologist Nicole Skalitzky for your full forecast.
Yeah, we finally have a quiet stretch in the weather. Multiple days could go with dry weather conditions. A little bit chilly out there, but we do have a warm up already on the way as we go into the start of this week. It is quite chilly out there. It was today, and it's going to continue to stay fairly cold, or at least below average, as we go into tomorrow as well. The 24-hour temperature difference today really says it all. Around 30 to even nearing 40 degrees cooler today than we were yesterday afternoon, when we were sitting nicely in the mid-70s before the storms rolled through. Today largely only saw highs reaching into the 40s, and it's going to be a similar day for tomorrow. Temperatures staying pretty chilly overnight as well, cold enough to even support the chance for a couple snowflakes to pass through the area. Don't get too concerned. Likely not going to see any of the snow sticking to the ground at all, but if you wake up early enough in the morning, you could see a couple snowflakes falling through the air. So let's track it out. Future tracker showing the chance for maybe some flurries further to the north initially, closer to around 5 a.m., but as we go into the rest of the morning, we'll see another batch diving just south of I-90. So really anytime between about 4 and 8 in the morning, the chance for some snow to be passing through, although it's going to be very, very light, and again, little to no accumulation expected. We dry out for the rest of the day after that, and actually a lot of the cloud coverage moves out with the snow as well, so we could see a mostly sunny afternoon, what would look like a pretty nice end to the weekend if it weren't for the cold air that's still going to be situated over the top of the area. So tonight, again, temperatures quite chilly, pretty close to freezing, if not cooler than that. 32 for your morning low in La Crosse, a chilly 29 in Eau Claire. And then tomorrow afternoon, even with the sunshine, not really looking like we're going to be warming out of the 40s for yet another day. 48 for your high in La Crosse, 45 in Eau Claire. A little bit of a less wind, at least compared to today, but still going to be a little bit breezy out there through the rest of tomorrow. Still seeing a chilly wind as well, blowing out of the north-northwest, becoming a little bit more westerly, but still largely out of the north all day long, blowing around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Not quite as windy as we were today, but still a little bit of a breeze out there as we go throughout the rest of tomorrow afternoon. The wind should die down slowly as we go into Monday, and temperatures will bounce back pretty quickly. Honestly, our average high now sitting in the low 60s, so by Monday we'll still be a couple degrees below that, but quite close to average, at least compared to where we were this weekend. And then by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, temperatures back well above average into the 70s multiple days in a row. Thursday does look to be that warm spot of the week, some of us possibly rising near the low 80s, so a nice stretch before a cold front passes through late Thursday evening. pushes our temperatures back down into the 60s, but it won't be quite as cold as we were this weekend. The cool down only taking us back to near average. With that cold front on Thursday comes our real next chance of rain. Other than that, not a whole lot coming up. That 30% for tomorrow really only accounts for that light flurry chance in the morning, and then as we saw, the rest of the day is going to be dry. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all 0% chance of showers. Thursday, a low chance, mainly because we'll see that cold front come through a little bit later in the day, so we could see some late day, if not overnight, thunderstorms. Otherwise, just a couple showers going into the end of your week. So again, a nice dry stretch. Finally, a well-deserved quiet stretch of weather after the very active week that we've been having. Temperatures still a little bit chilly tomorrow, but they should be rebounding, already back to near average by Monday and continuing to climb as we go into the middle of the week before the thunderstorm chances return going into Thursday evening. So a very well-deserved quiet stretch of weather, thankfully.
Well, April has definitely kept us on our toes, but you know,
a little bit of
really
everything
around the corner.
Hopefully it comes soon.
Yep. Yeah, thanks, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, the playoffs are here. The Wild in action on the ice. Plus, the Timberwolves take on the Denver Nuggets. Kate has the highlights after the break.
The Meats family has finally gained a member. Meet Applewood Smoked Ham. Smoked is their middle name. 2 for $7 ham and Swiss melts. Arby's, we have the meats.
So you don't believe in climate change, but you install geothermal heating and cooling.
The geothermal gives us consistent comfort all day and all night.
Well, I feel very comfortable and very uncomfortable at the same time.
They won't hurt you.
I know. You've made sure of that.
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
we are Western.
You've worked hard to build your business. Your systems, your customer data, your financial records. They're the backbone of your success. But without proper cybersecurity, they're vulnerable. 3RT Networks provides reliable protection, 24/7 monitoring, and customized security solutions designed for businesses just like yours. Because downtime isn't just inconvenient, it's expensive. Protect what you've built. 3RT Networks, your local partner for safer IT.
Crispy chicken sandwiches are on sale for $3.99 and 8-piece bone-in chicken only $9.99. We got you covered. Quick Trip.
So you don't believe in climate change, but you install geothermal heating and cooling.
The geothermal gives us consistent comfort all day and all night.
Well, I feel very comfortable and very uncomfortable at the same time.
They won't hurt you.
I know. You've made sure of that.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports.
It's playoff time in the NBA. Round 1 starting today. The Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets going to battle. Anthony Edwards versus Nikola Jokic. These two teams have faced off more than anyone over the last few years, and it gets even better in the playoffs. Let's go to Denver. These two teams 14-14 in their last 28 games. First quarter, Wolves in front. Jaden McDaniels gets the steal, going the other way, and he's going to throw it down. Minnesota up 6. Then later in the quarter, Anthony Edwards played just 4 games since March 14th, but looking healthy here. Lays it in. Wolves led by as many as 12 in the first quarter. But the Nuggets not going anywhere. In transition, the perfect pass for the alley-oop. Nuggets within 5. Then in the second quarter, Jokic wide open for 3 and knocks it down. This game would be tied at 62 going into the break. And in the third quarter, Denver would catch fire. Aaron Gordon, the corner. 3 ball is good. Nuggets would lead by as many as 15, but Minnesota would make a late push. Edwards to Ayo Dosunmu, and he gets the 3 ball to fall. Minnesota would eventually pull within 2. However, with 6 minutes to go, Nikola Jokic draws the foul, and makes the crazy bucket. From there, Denver would pull away as the Nuggets take game one, 116-105, the final. So the Timberwolves had their chances, but just couldn't get over the hump late in the game. Anthony Edwards with a team-high 22 points, but was just 2 of 9 from 3. And on the other side, Jamal Murray, he was a problem. 30 points, and he didn't even make a three-pointer. He was 16 of 16 from the free throw line. And Nikola Jokic finished with a 25-point triple-double. Game 2 set for Monday at 9:30 on NBC. Playoff action on the ice as well. The Minnesota Wild going up against the Dallas Stars. Just 2 minutes into this one, Wild on the power play, the pass down low, then to the middle and in. Joel Eriksson Ek puts Minnesota in front. Then just a minute into the second period, it's Kirill the Thrill Kaprizov. Fires it past the goalie. Wild go up 2, and they weren't done. Hughes across the ice. Faber fired it in, and Ryan Hartman is there with the tip. That makes it 3-0, and not too long after that, Wild crash in the nets, and Matt Boldy is there for another goal. This one, all Minnesota as they take it 6-1. Statement made for Minnesota, a complete blowout. Boldy and Eriksson Ek each with 2 goals, and Quinn Hughes was phenomenal. But there's a long way to go because this is a tough Dallas team, and they are not going down without a fight. Game 2 for this one set for Monday at 8:30 on ESPN. The Milwaukee Brewers looking to make it 4 wins in a row as they take on Miami. Milwaukee down 1 in the 4th inning, but Braden Lockridge going to tie the game up. He singles up the middle for an RBI. Then same score in the 5th inning, a man on first for Bryce Terang, and Terang is going to get all of this baseball. His 4th home run of the season. This one a 2-run shot. Brewers go up 3-1. 6th inning now, 2 on for Terang again, and this time he's going back up the middle. Joey Ortiz comes around to score. Abner Uribe would come in to close it out as Milwaukee gets the win 5-2, the final. The Minnesota Twins can help out the Brewers as they were taking on the Cincinnati Reds. First inning, 2 men on for Ryan Jeffers. And he's going to send that one into the gap in left center field. 2-run score as Jeffers is in with an RBI triple. Then in the 3rd inning, man on second for Luke Keashaw, and he bloops one into the outfield. That scores another. It's 3-1 Minnesota, but the Reds not going anywhere. Just a 1-run game in the 8th inning. Runners at the corners, and Rhys Hines pops this into the outfield. This will be a sacrifice, and it'll score a run, but Minnesota does get the runner out trying to tag up from first. It's a 4-4 game. Then in the 9th inning, a man on second for Dane Myers, and that single is going to give the Reds the lead as they take this one 5-4, the final. All right, that's all for sports. We'll have more news after the break.
Home Sleep Express presents Avocado, handcrafted mattresses made with organic materials. Right now, pay no interest for 5 years. Plus, get free white glove delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee when you spend $12.99. Avocado organic mattresses at Home Sleep Express.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Dings, dents, scratches, big crunches. You know where to bring them. Pischke Motors Collision Center on 2nd Street in downtown La Crosse. This is a Pischke Motors Collision Center hail alert. If your vehicle was damaged in one of the recent storms, bring it down to our drive-in lanes for a quick estimate. We help with insurance claims and get your vehicle back in shape at Pischke Motors Collision Center. So when the dings, dents, scratches, and even the big crunches happen, bring them to Pischke Motors Collision Center on 2nd Street in downtown La Crosse.
Oakleaf Surgical Hospital has always been dedicated to delivering exceptional care close to home. Now we're expanding that commitment with River Prairie Surgery Center, opening in early 2026 in Altoona. This new outpatient campus extends Oakleaf's trusted surgical excellence into a modern, convenient setting designed for faster recovery, enhanced comfort, and more affordable care for our patients. Together, Oakleaf Surgical Hospital and River Prairie Surgery Center are strengthening access to high-quality care across western Wisconsin today and for the future.
Center.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet.
Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam.
They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with the free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Right now, during the Progressive Rug Sale at Homeworld Rugs, the more you buy, the more you save on total rug purchases of $199 or more, with savings up to $500 off. Every style is on sale with savings up to 50% off regular prices. Don't miss the Progressive Rug Sale, now at Homeworld Rugs.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Some shelter animals in Bangor, Maine just got their kennel refreshed.
And it's all thanks to some of their smallest supporters. Young students paid a special visit to their local animal shelter. They brought donations and biographies for shelter residents, along with hand-drawn portraits of each animal. The shelter's executive director said kids got a fun day out of learning more about animals, and the shelter rallied support from the next generation of animal lovers. Well, that is just the cutest thing. And what a unique idea to get those kids involved.
Yeah,
I love it.
I wonder who liked it more, if the animals had more fun or the kids.
Right.
We should do that. We'll do a station visit. I am not an artist, but I will definitely draw all the pictures.
I can draw
of the
something
cats.
up, and I would love to see the animals.
Yeah, me too. Okay, well, I'll have another look at your forecast coming up right after the break.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Stay updated while you scroll. Follow us on Instagram at WKBT News 8.
Support local businesses by shopping at the Gourmet Candy Outlet in Jackson Plaza. Make every celebration deliciously unforgettable with fresh roasted nuts, fudge, and European chocolates. Or create your own gift box of assorted confections. Shop local, shop Jackson Plaza.
One of the things I've said for years is we do things right and we do the right thing. From the very beginning, when we offered bathrooms, one of the biggest concerns for homeowners is just safety. Can you get in and out of the bathtub? If that's a problem for you, the Board Store has the products and the installers to make your bathroom safe as well as attractive and easy to care for. Call today for a prompt free estimate.
Here's our problem. Without the hearing aids in, she can't hear the low frequencies, so she doesn't hear me. I don't hear the high frequencies, so I don't hear her. It was a perfect setup, but we had to interrupt it. We had time, and we were coming down Main Street, and I turned in.
It's not like you're going to strangers. It's kind of family-ish. To come here, you feel like you belong with them. I just think it's very comforting that they're a family business.
Better Hearing Center on Alaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Bring on the spring. Bring on the savings. Bring it on at your local Northland Ford dealers. Get out there in America's most awarded brand for new vehicle quality. Start a new adventure in a Ford Explorer. Take on the great outdoors in a Bronco Sport. Do it all with an Escape. It's time to bring it on. Current and qualified Ford owners get up to $4,000 bonus cash on a new 2026 Ford Explorer. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we see you out there coming up with original ideas, and we support that, which is why when your project needs some elevation, we have what you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Right now, during our battery-powered tool sale, get up to $30 off these new Ego outdoor power tools, $100 off all in-stock Cub Cadet lawn tractors, and select Blaine's brand marine RV and lawn and garden batteries, $5 off. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Support local businesses by shopping at the Gourmet Candy Outlet in Jackson Plaza. Make every celebration deliciously unforgettable with fresh roasted nuts, fudge, and European chocolates. Or create your own gift box of assorted confections. Shop local, shop Jackson Plaza.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day. Get it today.
Well, here's a live look at radar over into central Minnesota. Some very light snow starting to make its way in, likely not going to be for multiple hours until we could possibly see some here again. Don't want to make too big of a deal about it because thankfully we're not going to see any of it sticking to the ground, but if you wake up early enough in the morning, you could see some of those flakes falling down. Then as we go into the beginning of the week, we should be dry. After that, really most of tomorrow will be dry with plenty of sunshine in the afternoon. Temperatures start to rise by Tuesday, already back above average into the 70s in the Earth Day. Not looking too bad to go out and do some good deeds for Mother Nature until we get into Thursday, starting to see thunderstorms returning into the forecast as we go into the end of the day. So until then, a pretty nice stretch, a much needed stretch of dry and warmer weather finally after the chilly weekend that we've been having, but then temperatures cool again by the end of next week.
Great day to go plant a tree, maybe some flowers on Wednesday.
Oh, I would love to see the flowers.
Absolutely. All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.